Hello and welcome back to my channel Vintage Embracers. Today is the very first day of the pin curl adventures. This series is chapter 1, so we're going to go over the basics of learning how to do your pin curl sets, all of the things that I'm learning while I'm doing it. I forgot to film the very first set that I did here, but as you can see there was some funky little loops when I took it out. Because I wasn't using an actual hair scarf, I did have to use some bobby pins on those bottom couple curls in order to hold the hair scarf in place. So I am just pulling those out right now. For this first set, I did use a makeshift setting lotion. I had sent somebody else to the store for the setting lotion and I actually ended up coming back with some cream. It's not a setting cream, I don't quite remember what it was called, but I used that and I put it on top of a little metallic surface and I mixed it in with some water and just applied those to the curls before I rolled them. For this very first one, I did try to do some of the top curls as well, and as you can see, they fell out pretty easily and I don't feel like they did a whole lot for me, but I did try them in this one. They honestly might have just been too big of sections. This is my first one and I did very few pin curls in the grand scheme of things. A little helpful tip: keep a hold of the bobby pin as you're pulling it out. These are really springy and I did lose the bobby pin in the end of that and have to go find it, which was more difficult. So this pin curl set is the first set that I've done as an adult after doing a degree of research. However, it is not my very first time. My very first pin curl set was actually when I was a young teenager. My sister and I decided to try to do pin curls and we ended up looking like Missy from Bring It On with just gelled, spiraled pieces of hair. So it looked kind of like fake dreadlocks. So I am very grateful that this did not turn out like this. The first time that I watched somebody take out their pin curls and see the results was just absolutely incredible because that was my only experience with them. Basically, we didn't ribbon our hair flat, we just wrapped it around our fingers and had some gel in it, so it was not a very good sight. I'm actually fairly terrified for how this is going to go for me. I'm really afraid of the brush out phase and of my hair actually holding these curls and of it working. My hair doesn't hold heated curls to save its life, not even a little bit. So I'm excited to see if this actually is something that's going to work well for me. I'm actually really impressed with how well these curls turned out. If I were going for a Shirley Temple and if that were a way that I could actually wear my hair, I would be really happy here. The first step is to finger brush your hair, so that's what I'm going to do now. And that's almost the most nerve-wracking, but the brush out's going to be more nerve-wracking. I've seen what happens when you brush out curls from braids. Finger brushing is meant to help the hairbrush go back through a little bit easier, but I'm actually struggling quite a bit to even get my fingers through it. Now it's time to brush it out. This is really scary. everything that I read online said to just brush, 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 and keep brushing until it works. So in theory, that's what we're going to do. I don't have a lot of confidence in this working. Here's a helpful tip. Don't run your fingers through it after you're done brushing it, or while you're brushing it. I decided to start using my hand to help control the curls a little bit and brushing it against my hand just to see what would happen, because brushing it by itself was not really getting me the result that I wanted. Every time I ran the brush through it, all the curls went in a different direction. Kind of like that. So that segment is brushed together and staying a little bit nicer in that spot. It actually all came together. So keep brushing just like all of the tutorials told me to do. And that just reversed everything that I had done before. So we're gonna go back to using my hand to brush the curls against, because that actually got me a fairly decent response. And then I just am trying to move my hand down the curl and see kind of what that does for me. Now let's do the same to the other side. It's already been finger brushed, so we're just going to run the hairbrush through it now. Just using the palm of my hand to go segment by segment and get the curls to combine and be a little smooth. Okay, so I think we can call this first time a success. I don't like that they're all clumped up, so I try to spread them out a little bit, and that doesn't work. So it is something that if you want them spread out, you have to brush them spread out. And I think because of how long my hair is, it's not going to do the bob or the combined curl like you see in the typical styles. They had much shorter hair, but for a long hair version of pin curls from 1950s, this is definitely working for me. Thank you everybody for joining me with my first pin curl set. Here is a little video of how I styled it. I did do some victory rolls for this first one and I really did enjoy that. If you enjoyed watching, hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.